concept. Falsely accused was used and misled, bitch. I'm hoping you fucking rest in peace.
We got first thing on docket's fighters pay. There was a article I seen with Corey Anderson, and I'm stating that he made more money in his first fight with Bellator than he made over his whole career in the UFC. And it's crazy because Corey Anderson, he had a long career with the UFC, about 8 years, I believe.
Yep, about 8 years.
And we was going over the numbers earlier, and he didn't even clear M. He didn't even clear $1 million.
Yeah, and you got to think about that's before taxes. So all those numbers are before taxes.
Before taxes.
Yeah.
So after he paid his taxes, he's taking home less than that.
Yeah.
So we're looking at probably a little over $500,000, probably like 600,000. And that's crazy because when you think of the UFC, you think of I'm on the same league as like the NBA, the NHL,
right,
hockey and all them other things. But in reality, it's really not like that. It's really not like that. And we're going over the pay because Kevin Holland said something about fighters making $40K. You've seen that, right?
Yeah.
Said something about fighters making $40K, and that's like working. That's what some people get paid working a whole year at a job.
That's minimum wage salary, yeah.
Right. But that's crazy when him being a professional fighter in a public
the average
eye,
salary, not minimum salary. This is the average salary.
Yeah. So, but him being in the place he's in, being in the UFC, when they think of a UFC fighter, they think of NBA players. They think of you're along them lines.
Yeah, the baseball, football.
Right. Yeah. So for you to say
hockey,
that for a person who only fights once, twice a year, for you to say I get paid $40K a fight, that's great pay. I think that's kind of crazy. When the average NBA player gets paid, goddamn what, man?
What is it? Yeah, you was going over the numbers. What is the average for a sport? What does the average NBA player get paid? $7 million.
$7 million.
$7 million. That's on average.
On average.
So that's a bench player.
Yeah.
So anybody basically in the NBA, anyone who's anybody, your standard salary is $7 million a year.
Right.
And then what about another sport?
If you want to go down a list of sports, you got the NBA $7 million. The average in NFL is $20 million.
Okay.
NHL 2.69. The MLB $4 million. If you wanted to be technical and compare sports, and it's funny because they're both world sports, it would be soccer.
And how much does a soccer player get paid?
Between $14K and $384K.
And that's probably like your top athlete.
Yeah, your top athlete.
Okay, so but that's not like your Ronaldos and
not guys with crazy sponsors and stuff like that.
So top 10.
That's like picking the corner.
Right. Right. That's your superstars.
Yeah, John Jones.
Right. And it's funny you said it because soccer is a world sport. So the
rosters are extremely smaller. And they just got an ESPN deal for 5 years, I think it was, $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? So like that spread for these fighters should be a little bigger. You know what I mean? A year. I mean, you only got 300 fighters on the roster. You can each. I mean, come on. The average fighter pay should be at least $1 million. At least $1 million for the year. And usually getting pay-per-view, the pay-per-view money got to be crazy. Usually getting the money. There's other channels for the UFC making money besides that deal.
Yeah.
Like there needs to be better promotion too. Like they had a great idea with the Adidas thing. They was trying to make jerseys and everything else like that. But the fucking, come on, man. You're making clothes that bums are wearing, tap out and shit. Like they was going somewhere with the Adidas thing and making the jerseys. The jerseys just had to be a little more appealing. Right?
Yeah, you have to do something somebody won't wear, and you need a star to push that thing forward. As
not just a fighter,
not just any fighter.
It has to be, it has to be cross marketing. Like you have to, rappers wearing it, soccer players wearing it.
Right.
You see,
it has to be an everyday apparel thing.
Right.
Like you do in an NFL or an NBA or
you see people out here wearing their jerseys just to wear part of the deal.
Right. Just part of the deal.
Right. Like that's how the jersey should be.
Right.
And that way you can boost fighter pay too. Like, they can actually get paid in other ways. You get a percentage of every jersey sold. Right. Some people come to these fights and they support, like an NBA game, they're wearing my jersey.
Right.
jersey just isn't like. I mean, if you're,
it's a staple of who you are.
Right.
It's a brand.
These guys got to wear
Part of
uniform
your
already.
brand. Yeah.
You know, they got to come in with the UFC branding. You know, like you took their sponsors away, so there has to be other means for these guys to get money and boost their pay and put a little money in your pocket too, right? You know, because I'm pretty sure it would help out with the. I'm pretty sure that the chairman will like it too, or the chairman part of the company will like it. You know, because they're seeing more money.
Yeah. You know,
and then
it's crazy because the fighters don't speak up either, and this is what they was talking about. It needs to be more unity amongst the fighters because even though you guys are competitors and you're probably gonna fight each other because you're in the same division, but a lot of yous aren't. You know, just take your division out of it. That leaves you can't unite with the rest of the fighters.
Yeah, like a fighter union.
Yeah.
Right. They put something together like a fighter union, right? Because the NBA, they have like a players association, right?
Okay.
And they got the players, you know, some of the players are the head of the players association. Like you got Chris Paul, he's like the head of the players association. But then you got like Steph, who's part of Draymond, you know. So you got like these future Hall of Fame players that's actually part of the Players Association that actually has a voice to speak up, like, you know, they
for the players.
All the issues there, you know, they speak in, you know, face to face with these owners.
Right.
So I think that needs to happen more with the UFC. You know, even you get guys like the top guys, Conor, all them guys, like, speak up, man. Like, speak up and say, you know, on my fight card, you know, the money needs to be divvied up a little differently. You know,
right.
Not just bonus.
Cool, but the thing about it is like, it's the truth. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people get in this position that they in right now, like fighting on TV, being on the biggest promotion in the world, and they think like, okay, I'm good, right? Like, I should be set, right? I mean, you gotta be more active, right? You have to be more active so you can get this money, right? Because the money is a lot. You need that money so you can take care of businesses and other stuff like that, right? Family and so on and so forth. But it's like people go, oh, well, people in the NFL make this much money. People in the NBA make this much money. I mean, the bench warmers don't make that much money. WNBA makes shit money. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, at the end of the day, you guys are fighting once a year, and y'all mad because you only made like $30,000, $40,000 that year. Bruh, you made $30,000 to $40,000 off one fight. If you fought twice, you made $80,000. That's still more than what the person over here working every day is making. You know what I'm saying? Like,
salute. 2 times.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So, what about this weekend's card?
I'm sorry, but it just fucks me up because Kevin Holland, when he said, you know, I get paid, you know, $40K a fight. You know, I think these fighters are complaining a little too much because. $40K isn't that bad. You're getting paid in one fight, you know, in 25 minutes what guys get paid over the span of a year. Cool, you're right. But you're a professional fighter. You're a pro fighter fighting on national television. With that, being a pro athlete comes some perks with that. One of those perks and incentives of being a pro athlete is the
great
pay.
Yeah,
okay?
Great pay.
Fuck you look like, you fight once a year, $40,000, that's got to cover your gym fees, your food, your housing, your kids. Bro, $40K ain't nothing. And being a fighter is just an extra bill. Alright?
That's a fact.
Like, $40K ain't nothing. And these guys got to fight once a year. Like, how are they going to feed a family on that? That's chump change. Most of that probably has to go to their body. Recovery and everything else. Like, that's crazy. So, I think there needs to be a boost in professional fighter pay.
Across the board.
Across the board.